Greetings and welcome. My last video, I kind of introduced that I also collect vinyl records, and I've been thinking for a long time on how I can incorporate that passion with my channel that already showcases my passion for sports and ball cards. And I'm going to follow that up a little bit more this week, thinking I may touch on my vinyl collection maybe once a month or so. But I'm a sports card channel, and I'll always show sports cards in my videos. So I'm going to start off with a few cards I've purchased in the last couple months that I haven't shown yet. First, it's 55 Bowman of Don Newcomb. Next, little football. 1972 Topps Jim Hart. My dad was always a big Jim Hart fan, so always enjoy adding some of his. And another 72 of Johnny Unitas. And just kind of chipping away at my Unitas collection. But I have always had a love of music, really because of my mom. One of my most favorite Christmas gifts and the most memorable was my first boombox that was from my mom. And I grew up in an era of CDs though, and for a while I collected CDs. But when all the card shops closed up in my town, and the internet and eBay, they weren't what they are today. I didn't have many options to continue my card collecting on a regular basis outside of maybe a show that came to my town maybe once a month, once every 2 months. So the record store kind of filled that void for me, especially in high school where we were welcomed with open arms. Not a lot of stores really wanted a handful of 16-year-olds hanging around their store. And that record store would play an important role in my life for 20 years. Fast forward several years, I ended up getting a job in a building that was less than 100 feet from this record shop. And I would open my office window as often as I could, and I would listen to whatever they were spinning through their speakers. And it just made work just very enjoyable. And I always go for a walk during my lunch, but those rainy lunch days, when I couldn't get out, I would spin next door thumbing through records. But as time passes, things change, people get older. The proprietor of this record store wanted to sell and retire. He didn't have the luck of selling, and also unfortunately didn't have the luck of retiring, and he passed away from cancer about 3 years ago. This last Sunday though, in his honor, there was a music fair held, and his collection and some leftover records from his store were going to be sold with other dealers who were set up. And I kind of want to share some of the albums I purchased from that show. But first, I would like to introduce a new channel mascot for my channel. In the words of Jimi Hendrix, "Move over, Rover, Jimmy's taking over." And Jimmy is my new pup and a new mascot for my channel. He may help show cards and or records. Really haven't discussed much with his agent yet. But one of my biggest regrets during the years I've been doing my channel was not getting my other dogs in videos before they passed away. And I didn't want to make the same mistake with Jimmy, so I'm going to try to start showcasing him a little bit just for my own enjoyment, I guess. But for the records, I'm going to just share a couple of the albums I bought. I bought a ton. But just for time's sake, I'm going to keep it short. But the one you're seeing right now was the biggest album I got. It's that Holler guy, Joe Gargiola, as you can see on the cover. Mantle, Gargiola, Musial, Yogi, Boyer. And this can be a very hard album to find. It was released in 1959, and it's a collection of Gargiola's after-dinner speeches and humorous commentary about baseball and his experiences. I'm assuming it's going to be really cool. I was pretty excited to add it. I've not listened to it yet, but I am very much looking forward to that. But this was a record I already had, but it's kind of an upgrade. I grabbed Bob Seger's first pressing of the Stranger in Town. And Seger meant a lot to the owner of this record shop, so I was really thrilled to get a Seger from his collection into my collection. And I don't think you can have enough Roy Orbison in a collection, so I added the Big O in Birmingham, Alabama. And this, the Gargiulo is kind of my big one that I wanted, but I ran across this. I didn't have it on my radar. But this is like a 45 of brown sugar, like a picture disc of the Rolling Stone. It is the coolest thing ever, and I got this like next to nothing, and especially kind of compared to what it's worth. Just a crazy find, and thrilled to have it. But that is all I have. If you're still with me, next week we'll start off my annual November Thankful series. And thank you for watching, and enjoy your collection.